Hi, Debbie. Nice to be with you. So what I'm doing, I just soft launched a booking agency called the Hudson Valley Music Matchmaker. And so that really is a true combination of my music experience and my entrepreneurial experience. Because about 2 years ago, I was in a couple of bands, and thankfully, I didn't start like gigging professionally until I was already like in my 30s. So I missed that whole like being in your 20s, struggling musician, driving 100 miles for a $50 gig. Like I missed that whole thing. And the people that I was in bands with, they were all also older. So they all already kind of were like hip to the we're not playing for free, we're not playing far for too little money, et cetera, et cetera. But I realized then how underpaid musicians are. And so my first instinct was to actually try to rally musicians and kind of be like, hey, let's stick up for ourselves and almost like unionize, like that was my first instinct. And I realized pretty quickly that there's a big like paradigm shift that needs to happen with musicians first before even like, you know, setting boundaries with venue owners, et cetera. And that was more than I could take on. So then this idea came to me like a year ago where it's like, okay, well, I can't force musicians to negotiate for themselves, but I can be that negotiator for my musician friends. And so if I can be this extra arm for them, so while they're already doing what they're doing, I can help find them really great paid gigs that they probably wouldn't find themselves because maybe they know how to network, but they don't know how to network with those kinds of people or whatever, don't have certain business acumen or whatever the case may be. I can be that for them. So that's really what this is. It's kind of like my advocacy tool, so I look for musicians who take their artistry seriously and understand that they are professionals and they are entrepreneurs and they are independent contractors and you invest so much time and money into your work, you should be getting paid every time you play. So this is my small contribution to that.
It sounds like a really big contribution in a not a small contribution. It sounds like it's uh trying to get rid of the starving artist kind of philosophy. And I can appreciate that it's hard to change people's mind, but sort of as being the intermediary between the musician and the venue, you get to make your point and teach people a new way of looking at things. What instrument do you play?
So I play bass guitar and I sing.
Oh, okay. Any particular style of music?
So my favorite style is reggae. I think that's my favorite style to play on the bass because it's a lot of feel, and not to say that there isn't any technical savvy to it, but it's really like I enjoy music that has different like rhythmic patterns and syncopation and things like that. It keeps it interesting for me. But I was also in a rock cover band for a while, and I found that was a lot of fun to play because it's actually very different than reggae energetically, right? Like rock is so driving and um high energy. And there's also like a lot of pentatonic cool riffs in like classic rock, AC/DC and band Foreigner had like a lot of great bass lines. So those are really fun to play too.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So what are you working on now?
So aside from the booking agency, which I just launched, maybe it's 2 months ago at this point, and I already have two clients and I have one, gig booked. So that's cool. So I'm hoping that starts off as a nice trickle that hopefully becomes more of a stream. Um, but I just went back to school. I just started school again in the fall. So I'm finishing up my undergrads in sociology and media studies at Hunter College.
Oh,
And then when I'm done with that, hopefully in a year, I'll be done with that. I'll move on to pursue my master's in social work because I want to start a charter school in Spring Valley because I'm a product of like the East Ramapo School District, and I'm living in Spring Valley now. Coming back from I was in Nyack for like 5 years, so I just moved back to Spring Valley, and that's also a way I want to help out my community and my people. And it started off as just like a charter school, and then because I'm Christian, I'm like, okay, I wanted to be a Christian charter school, and then I'm like, I'm also an artist, so I wanted to be a performing arts Christian charter school. You know what I mean? And just combine all my passions and put them in the kid, impart it onto the children, and because they really are our future. So I'm excited.
uh, just talking to you now, I have complete faith that if you want it, it will happen.
Debbie, that's so sweet.
Well, I can, you have the drive to make it happen, and it sounds like you build connections also very easily and very strong connections, and so I'm in your court.
Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate you.
Is there any message that you would like to offer musicians or artists um, in our last couple of minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I think I already said it, but it's can't be overstated. Like we musicians, we artists, we are incredibly important to society. We provide, we've been given a gift that serves people across all cultures, across all time. Um, Art, music, I mean, it can just touch people in such an important way. How many people have said that music saved their lives? How many people said that, learning how to express themselves through drawing or painting, was their only solace? I mean, it's so deep and it's so powerful. And so value yourselves and don't be afraid to ask for the money you deserve and to say no if you don't get it because what you're doing, the world needs. And you should be able to make a living off of your gift.
That sounds perfect. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
It
for
was
having
good to talk to you. Bye now.
me. Bye.